At this point, I am all set to start putting my flowers in the vase. And I know you're thinking, the flower doesn't have any stems yet. I'm going to do that after I position the flower. There's one last thing I need to talk about with the vase. With the vase, here in my front view, I'm in wireframe mode. And that's nice. In the side view, it's in normal mode, perspective, top. It's also selectable. And what I want to do is I want to position the flower around the vase, not the vase around the flower. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to make the vase unselectable. For that, I'm going to come over to my channel box, and at the base of the channel box, there are these things called display layers. Display layers are very, very simple. They will control the visibility and selectability of an object, and that's it. That's all that they do. With an object selected, I can go to Layers, Create Layer from Selected. I can also use this final icon on the end here with the little page and the blue ball, and that will create a layer called Layer 1. If I click the V, that will turn the visibility of my vase on and off. The P will actually turn on and off animation playback, which we don't need at the moment. The box after P controls selectability. If I click once, I move into a mode called Template. In templated mode, my vase is no longer selectable. I can't click on it here. I can't click on it here, nor here, nor here. I can only see it in wireframe. As a note, you can still select things in the outliner, even though it is templated. But templating is nice because it shows me my wireframe, but it doesn't let me fully see. Templated objects will not be outputted in a render, but that doesn't matter much to us for now. The mode after templating is R. R is for reference. A referenced object maintains a normal visual appearance and will output in a render, but cannot be selected in any of the modeling viewports. As always, I can still override that in the outliner, but I cannot directly click on an object to select it. If I click a third time in this box, the object goes back to normal and becomes selectable and visible. So again, template, reference, normal. I'm going to leave this templated for the moment, and I'll move on to this next box. The next box shows me the wireframe color of the object, and you know what? We'll go back to normal so we can talk about wireframe color. The wireframe color, when I click on it, it opens up the Edit Layer menu box, which lets me change the layer name. This is going to be my vase underscore layer. I can set my display type and my visibility here. The color is set to index, which is fine. The layer color only affects the wireframe color of objects on the layer. It does not affect the object color in any way. So if I make my layer this dark red color, and I say save, that doesn't make my vase dark red at all. If I deselect, you'll see the wireframe color is now dark red. I'm going to click that box again and turn off the wireframe color. If having colors in your wireframe helps you organize your scene, by all means use them. But be aware that most of these colors are colors that Maya uses for other things already. This purple color is a color it uses to denote history. This green and this green are different selection types. So just be aware that sometimes these colors get really confusing. White is another big selection color. So be discreet if you're going to be using the layer colors. You won't see me using them, and they don't change the color of your object. So far as I'm concerned, we're all going to have really beautiful gray flowers and gray vases, and it's going to look great in a very gray way. So That's all this color does. It just changes the wireframe color of the objects on the layer. So I've set this back to no color. We'll say save, and I am going to set this back, wrong button. I'm going to set this back to template, and that will help me as I start arranging my flowers. While I'm here, just so that I can stay organized, I might as well take my flower. Of course, I've only got one flower, but you've got 4 flowers. I'm going to create a layer for my flower as well. So I will go ahead, I will turn the flower visibility back on, and I will call this my daisy layer. And you would probably have a layer for each of your flowers that will let you turn the flower on and off. While I'm remembering, if you right-click on a layer, you'll also see that you can add and remove objects to your layer. This will help you if you have messed up in any way in what you've added to a layer. For me, I'm fine, but just so you know, you can always select an object, right-click on a layer, and go to Add Selected Objects. So I will pause here, and in the next lesson I will position my flower, and then I'll make a stem.